You are not stupid. You feel it. They smile to your face, but you can't trust them. You can't warm to them. They compliment you, but it's so hollow and forced. That's because most people are fake and they're putting on a performance. In this video, I'm going to break down why most people are very fake and why trusting your gut and instinct is the bravest, smartest thing you can do. If you want to cut through the fake and the BS and the wrong people, let me help you. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description and in the pinned comment right down below. So, fake people, wow, they have really grown these last few years. And thanks to social media, they are performing more than ever before. And with the gaslighting, the manipulation and the validation they get online especially, and offline as well, when they come to interact with you, like I said, something feels off. And you can notice it and feel it. Now, when you have an interaction, a conversation, a relationship, whatever, with some people, time flies by. You're not on edge. It's effortless. It's easy. It's straightforward. There's no issues, no problems, no bite back. You're not up all night ruminating. You're not festering, nothing. That's how it should be. But then, just a few seconds into an interaction, a conversation, your guard's up. It's fight or flight. Like I said, they compliment you, but it feels hollow. They smile to your face, but they're no different to the Joker from Batman. It's fake. Maybe it's sinister as well. When I say they're performing, they are putting on an act. And frankly, I don't really know where they get the time and the energy to do so. Of course, sometimes we have to behave, we have to turn the other cheek, we have to, put up with nonsense to be civilized members of society. But these people don't. These people take it to another level. I don't understand why they're not professional actors or actresses. Because trust me, I think they'd do really well. They could win Oscars with how convincing they are. With the backhanded compliments, the passive-aggressive comments and so on. It's all an act. It's all performance. Now, trusting your gut is recognizing and realizing the signs. And of course, everyone's human interaction and human experience is personal to them. What you go through, what you experience, what you endure from other people in these scenarios is your life, your experience. So I'm going to have to generalize. But if anything rings true, if anything sounds too close to home, you know what you need to do. Now, people say what sounds good, never what's true. So they mirror your opinions. They avoid conflict, actually, and tell you what you want to hear. But underneath, it's strategy, not sincerity. This is very typical of getting into a relationship with a fake person, particularly a narcissist. So how it works is, like I said, you're interacting and it's effortless. It's easy. It's smooth. There's no bumps in the road. You're politically this way, they are the same. You're of this religion, same thing. Your favorite film is something obscure and like weird and really out there, theirs is as well. That's the mirroring your opinions. Then they avoid conflict. They're easygoing. It's so wonderful. It's so carefree. You got butterflies. That's because you're gaslighting yourself, convincing yourself this is too good to be true. And they tell you what you want to hear. They're almost like submissive in that sense. This is not just women, this is men as well, where they just whisper sweet nothings, tell you how wonderful you are, and it's gaslighting like you would never imagine, but we don't realize it at the time. But what's really going on is underneath, it's strategy, not sincerity. Once they've got you, once they've got their claws, their nails dug deep into you, it's game over. That's when they don't mirror your opinion. They have very drastic opinions. That's when conflict isn't avoided. Conflict happens every single day. That's when they don't tell you what you want to hear. In fact, they tell you horrible, nasty, sadistic things. And you fell for it. We all did. We all have done as well. Now watch their actions instead. That's the fix, not their words. Real people stay consistent, and the fake ones shapeshift constantly. They're like chameleons. Depending on where they are, who they're around, who they're interacting with, that's who they'll pretend to become. So even in a friendship, even with family and so on, it's that consistency we seek, where they always show up. They always say the same things. Now, let's say they do change opinions. People evolve and grow. They'll explain, listen, I was on this side of the fence, but through my human experience, through my life, through educating myself, whatever, I've decided to change. Hence why I've not flip-flopped, but I've decided to divert into a different direction. That makes sense. But the fake ones, like I said, they're shape-shifting all the time. Now, most people don't value the truth. Instead, they value image. They'd rather be liked than be honest. They'll betray themselves to fit in and expect you to do the same. I remember when I was a kid, when friends would do this, the odd friend here and there back in high school, college, where just to be liked by other people, the group, just to be popular, they'd say things they didn't really believe in. They'd criticize certain people. They'd gossip and so on. And then worse, just to fit in, they'll betray themselves and betray you as well. I got betrayed. And many, many times. And you're expected to do the same to fit around with them. Why be honest when you could be liked? And it's not you being a jerk or an a-hole or anything like that. It's just agreeing with an opinion that doesn't ring true. Doing something that's embarrassing or not worthy of your time and energy, or betraying yourself, betraying your family, betraying your morals and values. Imagine dating a narcissist or a toxic person and they break the rules. Of course they do, because why wouldn't they? That's what they're like. And they'll break the law and they'll insist that you do the same. They'll say, sped through red lights, I've stolen money, I've done this. Come on, do the same. Be a devil. Live a little. Don't play the game. Don't take the bait. Speak your truth, stay grounded, and let the masks fall off on their own. That's what you need to do, is speak your truth. I don't want to break the law. I don't want to cut in line. I don't want to be liked. I don't need their opinion. I'm not seeking validation. I'd rather be honest. I'd rather be disliked and be my own person authentically than fit in with a-holes or people that I don't respect to begin with. And that obviously starts with social media. Social media has manipulated an entire generation to believe that likes, thumbs up, hearts, etc., popularity is more important than their own personal truths or your truth. Now, fake people crumble, like literally crumble, fall like a house of cards when you set boundaries. They're friendly, they're personable, they're fun until you say no, or sorry, I can't make it, I can't do that, or they can't get their way. Then the guilt trip starts. The cold shoulder, the subtle punishment, the disrespect, the passive-aggressive comments, the using and abusing. So this is why fake people are so entitled and selfish. Because through their performance, through their, manipulation, etc., they're pretty much able to get whatever they want from whoever they want, however they want as well. And through naivety, they assume that you're going to fall for their crap. You're going to believe their lies. You're going to believe their, opinions, etc. But when you say no, and thank God you're bloody saying no, like I said, they can't handle it. They are no different to a spoilt child who doesn't get a toy, or anyone who's entitled like that, who thinks that they should get whatever they want when they don't deserve it. So boundaries always reveal true character. If someone flips when you stop being convenient, you just saw their true face. When you're in a toxic relationship, for example, and you set that boundary, you say no, or you cross a line in the sense of calling them out on something, they will flip out. They'll scream, they'll shout. They'll throw an adult tantrum, which is a very embarrassing and humiliating thing to experience. And guess what? That's their true character. Lastly, you're not paranoid. You're not elitist. You're not, too much down the rabbit hole. You're not red pill, blue pill, whatever. You're just perceptive. So if something feels off, you feel uneasy, can't put your finger on it, it's because you're right. Your body knows when someone's lying, full of crap, and your gut knows when you're being manipulated and something is untoward. We often ignore these red flags and our nervous system screaming, trying to warn us because of, convenience, laziness, whatever you want to call it. And internal gaslighting. Well, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, etc. But you're perceptive. So you've been given a gift. And many times this gift of perceptiveness, spotting red flags, reading people, situations, etc., has been ignored, has been repressed, shoved down to the pits of your very gut, and is begging, pleading to come out. So trust your instincts. Stop second guessing when you know who is fake and why they're fake and what is fake to keep the peace. Have you not realized that this all stems from an internal need to people please? By pleasing others, we neglect ourselves. And by pleasing fake people, our lives change in a very drastic and dramatic way. We go from true purpose, good morals, good values, to a life of confusion, a future of doubt, and a day-to-day living of chaos. Because nothing makes sense anymore. There is no purpose, there is no reason, there is no right and wrong. It's just a mess. I know this because I've been around fake people. And when you try to ground yourself, when you try to take the rose-tinted glasses off and see the reality, and instead keep listening to the BS, you become broken. That is the last thing I want you to do. So you're not antisocial. You're not a bad person. You're not a nasty person. You're not a rebel without a cause. You're just tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of convincing yourself. Tired of just hoping one day or one way they're going to change. The dynamic will change. But through my experience, my research and so on, it never really does change. So if you're ready to build a life with fewer people, but more truth, if you're ready to set boundaries, if you're ready to stop people pleasing, if you're ready to see the truth which is personal to you and discover your authentic self, let me help you. I'm an expert in this, done it myself and helped many others do the same. Book your free call with me and let's see if we're a match to work together. The link's in the description and pinned comment below. Remember, most people aren't real. They aren't real. They're fake. And they're always, no matter what, no matter where they are, performing.
Hey, I wanted to create this short video as a word of appreciation and a recommendation for SCG. His way of being and communicating is one of a human who listens with his whole heart, who understands the general problems that plague us as humans often, and can understand the uniqueness of the way that things are showing up for you too. I totally recommend, if you're reaching out, if you're looking into having somebody who can listen with understanding and help you kind of bring different perspectives to what you're dealing with. He's a man without judgment, but also with discernment in a cool and helpful way. I really appreciate you, SCG, and look forward to further conversations. And for sure, if you're thinking of coaching with him, try it out for sure. Reach out.
Hi everyone. I don't normally do this, but I felt compelled to do so. So after watching countless videos on YouTube regarding heartbreak, I noticed that they were all similar and just reiterated the same thing. You know, go to the gym, hang around with friends, find a hobby, and all that other BS basically. And although, yeah, that's great advice, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the advice that I needed. That's when I came across SCG's videos, and straight away I felt drawn to this guy. You know, he's been through it and he's come out a new man, and I just felt I could relate to him, especially with his no bullshit approach. You know, so I thought I'd reach out to him because I'm currently myself in a dark place and I needed some direction regarding how to move on from a past relationship. SCG was great from the start. You know, he told me things I didn't want to hear but I needed to hear. And it's helped me find myself again and to move on from it all and to rebuild and to come out stronger. And the way I see it, you can't put a price on your health, especially your mental health. So if you're struggling too, especially with heartbreak, or just like I am, or anything else for that matter, then please reach out to SCG, book your free consultation, and I can assure you, you won't regret it.
Hi, my name's Tony. I had a session with SCG and I just think that it was very, very beneficial, and he helped me work through my structure and path moving forward. And I really think that if you're going through something similar or having some, separate issues, like maybe mindset issues, any of that, he could help you also.
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed working with SCG, and I recommend people should work with him because I think he's great, and also I think that he's a great person as well, and his content's really good. So make sure you do your one-to-one sessions with him, and he'll help you. And he's very honest, and he's very empathetic, which is always good when someone is empathetic when they're helping you or something. And I wish him nothing but the best. And yeah, you should do your one-to-ones with him and make sure you book it.
This is my testimonial for my 1-hour life coaching session I had with SCG Show, who I found on YouTube. I'll be referring to the notes I have here to make sure I cover everything I want to say. I was sceptical at first as he's not the cheapest, but my concerns were immediately put to rest when he presented a step-by-step detailed breakdown of my new life plan for me to follow immediately after the call. I found SCG very relatable, non-judgmental, and his deep listening provided a safe space for me to open up with honesty. I won't lie, his direct no BS approach made me feel uncomfortable at times, but was absolutely necessary to reveal my blind spots that were holding me back to become the best version of myself. What I appreciate the most is how SCG tailored the session to my specific needs and goals. After questioning and analysing my unique background and story, I feel he over-delivered, proving his genuine passion for his clients. Regarding both my interpersonal and professional challenges, he provided insightful guidance that empowered me to take positive steps with a clear path forward in just one session. For this reason, it's easy for me to wholeheartedly recommend SCG to anyone looking to create lasting change in their life. Truly, thank you, SCG.